Hey guys, I'm back in another video. I changed up the location a little bit. Just felt like doing something new. Okay, so today I'm not just going to do the picks. The other thing I'm going to do, I'm going to talk about the benching of Gabbert and the firing of Mark Trestman. So, it's a lot to cover, but I'm going to start with my picks. The first one, tomorrow's game, Denver at San Diego. I have Denver winning. They're coming off a tough loss, and now you got to play a division opponent. Primetime game, you're going to get the starting quarterback back. Hopefully, I see the stars aligning for Denver. San Francisco at Buffalo. I actually have Buffalo winning. I know Kaepernick is starting, but I think it's going to take about a week for him to get back to the swing of things. He hasn't played for a while. And we don't know how that shoulder is going to hold up. So, I'm going to slow it down before I ever take San Francisco. Jacksonville at Chicago. Jacksonville is coming off a bye. Chicago, they still have a lot of losses, so I'm going to go with Jacksonville on this one. And LA at Detroit, this one's an easy one. I got Detroit winning. Look, I know LA, they have a winning record right now, but I just don't see them winning on the road in Detroit as of right now. Just don't see it. Pittsburgh at Miami. Yeah, I'm going to go with Pittsburgh on this one. Miami has been struggling all year. They even struggled when they won. So, that shows you a lot. And they won against the Browns, too. Meanwhile, Pittsburgh, they're on a roll. And I just see them continuing. Okay, Cincinnati at New England. This one's an easy one. New England. Tom Brady, he's back into the swing of things. Did you really think he was going to be rusty? Come on, he was playing the Browns. A tougher opponent, yes. But I still have them pulling off with the win at home. Carolina at New Orleans. I went back and forth on this one because I just didn't know, but I think Carolina's going to win. I think they'll have Newton back. Hopefully they'll have Newton back. And I think they'll pull off with the win. They have got to gain some momentum to get this season back under control. They got to do something. Baltimore at the Giants. Baltimore, they're coming off 2 straight losses at home to 2 of the worst defenses in the league, and you just fired your offensive coordinator. I got to go with the Giants on this one. I just don't see him beating them in the Meadowlands right now. I just don't see it. Cleveland at Tennessee. 2 teams that are both in rebuilding mode. I'm going to go with Tennessee because they have a quarterback. Cleveland doesn't. That's what it comes down to. Cleveland does not have a quarterback. Tennessee does. Give me Tennessee all day. Philadelphia, Washington. I'm going to go with Philadelphia. Coming off a loss, now you're facing a division rival. Look, Kirk Cousins has been struggling this year. Okay? Kirk Cousins has been struggling. Don't forget that. And I think he'll struggle again against Philadelphia. Philadelphia's got one of the better defenses in this league. Actually, not one of the better, one of the best. Don't forget that. Kansas City at Oakland. I'm going to go with Oakland on this one. Because Oakland, they're fighting for a division title. They are tied with the Broncos. Broncos got to play against San Diego. So if Oakland wants to stay tied with them right now, they have to win. And I think they'll do it at home against KC. Dallas at Green Bay. Again, I went back and forth on this one, but I think I'm going to go with Green Bay. No, I don't think. I know I'm going with Green Bay. Going with Green Bay because they're at home. If this was played at Dallas's home, I'd pick them. But because they're in Green Bay, I'm going to go with Green Bay. No questions. Atlanta at Seattle. I'm going to go with Seattle because of the 12th man. Come on. The 12th man, and they're also coming off a bye. What more can you say? Indianapolis at Houston. I'm going to go with Houston on this one. Houston's playing at home. They're coming off a really, really bad performance, I just think, against a division opponent at home. They're going to be just fine. And the final game, the Jets at the Cardinals. Cardinals, they proved me wrong last week, and I was hoping they would. But the Cardinals, they're back to their old selves. They're going to get Carson Palmer back. No questions. Arizona right there. Okay, and the 2 teams that are on a bye, Minnesota and Tampa Bay. Those are the 2 teams that are on a bye this week. That's done with my picks. Okay, right now I want to talk about Mark Trestman. What I think is going to happen with that. So, as you know, the Ravens fired Mark Trestman and they promoted Marty Mornhinweg, their quarterbacks coach, who's been an offensive coordinator in this league. This is not his first run at it. He's been an offensive coordinator. He's actually been a pretty good one. You take a look at what his teams have done when he's been there. Some good seasons there. But for this week, I'm expecting this offense to go through some growing pains because they're probably going to be changing things up from what Trestman did. And when you're learning something throughout the whole summer and through the first 5 weeks of the year, it takes a while for you to get rid of that and learn something new. I'm not saying it's going to be completely different, but they're probably going to try more downfield passing and more runs. They have to have more runs. And that's really what probably led Harbaugh to fire him, because as much as he can say it, they abandoned the run. They abandoned it. Because that running game was doing really well in the first quarter, and then they just got rid of it when they fell behind. That's not how you're supposed to play football. Okay, when you're down, and they weren't down by a lot. I mean, they didn't lose the lead until the third quarter, and they were still passing. That makes no sense. You can't do that. When you're playing, and the only way that you're passing every down is if you have a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers, or you're down by a lot. And they were only down by 6 for the most. That's the most they were ever down by. I don't know why he got rid of the run. So, to make this short, I'm expecting some growing pains, but I expect this offense to be a lot better than when they had Trestman. And now I want to talk about the benching of Gabbert. I knew it was coming. Alright, Gabbert has been probably the worst starting quarterback in the league this year. Okay, if you have other opinions, put them down in the comments below. But, yeah, he's been one of the worst. I think he's been the worst. I'm just going to say one of the worst because you may have different opinions on that. They had to make a change, and I'm hoping they do something better. Well, they can't do any worse. He can't do any worse than Gabbert, let's be honest. He really can't. But, look. Expect some growing pains with Kaepernick, too. Remember, he hasn't played in a while. He missed the last 9 games of the year when he was benched, and then he had that shoulder injury, and he's coming off 3 shoulder surgeries in the offseason. Okay? So, 1, you have to make sure that shoulder's healthy. 2, you have to make sure that the rust is off. And 3, you got to make sure that your playmakers can make some plays. Because take a look at that receiving core. I mean, I mentioned that earlier. It's not a very good receiving core. It's not going to kill defenses because they're just a bunch of number 2s and 3s. Just a bunch of solid receivers at best. They're solid at best. They need someone to step up and be a number 1. Do I think it's going to happen? Probably not. But do I think they're going to be better? Yeah. So in short, with both, I think they're both going to be better over time if they let things grow.
Yeah, sweetie.
See you guys later.